I'm 21 years old. I built a good business. I've made six figures, but there's still something deep inside of me that makes me feel complacent. Like I haven't achieved my goals. As humans, you, me, we all have big ambitions and goals that we want to achieve. Could be money, it could be a lifestyle, it could be a family, it could be a job. It doesn't matter what it is. But the thing is, why I'm talking to you in this video is I'm gonna help you overcome what's holding you back. And most of the time, what's holding us back is really ourselves. So this right here is you. And over here are all your goals. Your goals could be money, your goals could be, building a nice family, your goal could be, building a house, building cabins, whatever your goal is. Or your goal could simply just be, what am I gonna say? Peace. Just finding peace in your life, which just kind of looks like the Mercedes symbol. I tried to draw a peace sign. But the problem is, in the middle here, what is blocking you from your goals? What is this line right here? Who created this line, and how can you overcome this line and break past the barrier so you can go from here to here? So this is my ideology of it. So right here, right? For you to get to your goals, what you have to get past is the mental block. For me, my mental block could be me getting up in the morning, me doing what I'm supposed to do, or a mental block could be procrastination. For example, right now it's 9 a.m., right? And I was supposed to get up at 6 a.m., but I got up at 7:30 because I snoozed my alarm a couple times. These are ways that I can identify that this is actually procrastination. Excuse my handwriting, but it's procrastination because I look at my phone, I'm lazy, I don't want to get up, I want to wait a couple hours and see what ends up happening, and then maybe I'll get up an hour and 2 hours later. But you know what the problem is? I miss those 2 hours in the morning. And especially since I'm an entrepreneur, when I miss those hours, when I miss that time in the morning, it really holds me back. The thing is, when you have a job, when you have something to get to, it's easy. It's so easy. Look, let me go to my job and get up in the morning at 6 a.m. But you know what? Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, but they don't talk about the fact that you have to hold yourself accountable. So there's something called accountability. So accountability, sorry I misspelled it. I'm not in literature, but I know a shitload about business. So accountability, this is what's gonna get us from point A to point B, to get us the things that we want in life, to get us up in the morning, every single morning, to do exactly what we need to do. The only thing that will do that is accountability. It goes to my point. As an entrepreneur, it's actually difficult to hold yourself accountable more than it would be having a regular job. The reason I say as an entrepreneur it's much more difficult to make yourself do things because as an entrepreneur, you are your own boss, and everyone talks about them wanting to be your own boss. I want to be my own boss. I want to start my own business. I want to manage people. But they don't talk about the difficulty that goes behind it. You having to get up every single morning. If you tell yourself, I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. What is stopping you from not getting up at 6 a.m.? It's you. You're the only one that's stopping yourself. But here's the thing. When you have a job, this is the thing. Don't forget the word accountability. But when you have a job, this is what most people hate. Most people hate having a job, but to some extent, listen up, to some extent, having a job is truly beneficial. Why do I say having a job is truly beneficial? Is because while you're having a job, while you're at work, while someone's telling you need to be there at a certain time, that means you have to get up in the morning, every single morning, and do what you need to do, or else you're gonna get fired. So there's a form of discipline. If you don't show up, you're going to get fired. But you as an entrepreneur, you need to show up for yourself. And if you don't show up, you're firing yourself. But you don't really feel the effects of it until later. When your bank account's drying up, when you don't bring in as much money as you want to bring up, and when you start seeing failures inside of your business that you could have controlled, but the fact of the matter is you chose to ignore these things. So that's why accountability is a very important building block to overcome procrastination and to actually get to your goals. But it's very simple. I didn't want to keep this video too long, and I'm not done with the video yet. But what did we go over today? Look, accountability. The word accountability that I just erased from here, and I don't know why, right? Accountability. You need accountability in order to be an entrepreneur to get to your goals. Without accountability, you cannot get to your goals. What is the only person holding you back? Look, these are your goals. This is the line between your goals. And this is you. This is you. You are holding yourself back. There's no one else holding you back. And with accountability, with you being an entrepreneur, or if you work a regular job, you're still gonna be the person holding you back, but at least when you have a job, you're gonna have a boss to tell you exactly what to do. So most people, they don't want a boss. They wanna be their own boss. But the problem is they can't be their own boss because they have no accountability. So the first thing you wanna do, have the accountability. So we're gonna call it A. After A, What do we need to do with A? Consistency, right? Once you have consistency in your life, then you can get up in the morning and do everything that you want to do. But with consistency, look, accountability, consistency, now what's next? What else do we need? What does it stand for? Discipline. Discipline is what's gonna wake us up every single morning, right? But with discipline, you need to understand, right? With discipline, you need a why. So identify your why. What is your why? What is it that you're doing? What is it that keeps you going every single day? What's your why? What is that that you want to do? Is it because, this could be, just like I was saying in the beginning, your why, could be building a house. But building a house for who? Building a house for your mother. A why could be, being financially free for your kids, giving them a good life. This is one of my whys, is to be able to, be able to donate and help people, be able to use my money in a wise way. Look, this is something that I want to tell you guys. And I want to tell you guys about God. Let's say you donate $100, right? And it says this in the scriptures, it says this in the Quran, right? You donate $100, God is going to 10x your money. 10x. What does that equal? $1,000. But it's not exact calculations. But look at it like this. The more you give, the more you get. The more you have discipline, the more you have consistency, the more you show that you actually care about the world and you give to people, God will provide. At the end of the day, do you know who provides for us? You could say, this is me going to my job or me putting in the work every single day, making the money, right? But who gives me that money? Who is the one that provides me that money? It's God. Because with my business, right, I have an Airbnb business, I have a short-term rental business. I have bookings coming in every single day. But what's making those bookings come in? It's God. Someone can choose to look at my listing and not book it. My listing can go completely unbooked for an entire month if God chose to do so. But God is my provider. God is the one I seek refuge in. And that's why he provides for me. And I think a big reason why I make money, and I don't like to talk about my charitable donations because, I try to help people. I don't help people as much as I want to, but I want to complete and keep helping people as much as I possibly can. And I think and I truly believe that God sees this. So that's why he's giving me the willpower to keep learning, to keep building. And do I have to be stuck to one thing my whole life? But no, I have the short-term rental business, right? STR. What does this business consist of? Basically, me finding a house, this is an ugly house. Me, what is this right here? Me signing a lease, and after me signing a lease, I'll furnish the properties. This is what I'm drawing. I'm drawing a couch right now. So I'll furnish the property, put a couch in there, whatever it is. And then from there, I'll collect money every single month. So let's say Airbnb or the short-term rental apps give me $5,000 in revenue every single month. Let's say the rent on this property is $2K a month, right? Let's say cleaning/utilities. C stands for cleaning, U stands for utilities. This will equal, $1K a month. So now we're at $3K in expenses, right? So we have $3K in expenses, we have $5K in revenue. So we do 5 minus 3 equals 2, right? So with this business model, I find houses that I don't own, right? I rent them, I furnish them with either, business credit, which I can teach you guys a lot about credit in my other videos. You barely need any money to start. So just like I said, let's say for this example, 5,000 minus 3,000, that gives us $2,000. And the way I was able to scale this business is with God, but with the right information as well. God wants to see you put in the work in order for him to help you as well. They say when you run towards God, he sprints to you. When you walk towards God, he runs to you. You know what I mean? So now we have 2K a month coming in from one property I don't own. So now imagine, say I do this with 10 properties. Now I have 10 properties, right? 10P times 2K a month. Let's say on average, each one brings in $2,000 in profit. That equals, what does that equal, guys? Do some quick math. That equals $20,000 a month in profit, right? $20,000 a month in profit. But we did 10. We had 10 properties. So how much are we making in revenue? So 10 times 5K, that equals $50,000 a month in revenue. So that's my business model, and this is how I was able to make money, right? But without God, I wouldn't have learned about this. Without God, he wouldn't have put the right people in my place. Without God, I wouldn't have had the right information to look through my phone. But with God, that's the reason I was able to start this business. That's the reason I'm able to make money. That's the reason, I'm able to live in a high rise with a view, or not just a high rise, but I'm able to live in a penthouse. So if you didn't get anything from this video, this is what I want you guys to do. Right? I'm gonna leave you guys with these couple words here. Excuse me if I misspell them. Like I said, I'm not the best, I didn't participate in the spelling bee. Word number 1, Accountability. Accountability, number one. Number two, discipline. And number three, consistency. When you have accountability, you have discipline, you have consistency, you can do anything that you possibly fucking want to in this life. But if you don't have these three things, then the odds of you actually being successful is slim to none. The odds of you achieving the goals and all the things that you want are slim to none. So keep God in your life, have a sense of accountability, discipline, consistency. And just like I have it in my wall back here, I don't know if you guys read it. Look, the top says mindset, ambition, grit, mindset, the driving force in the quest of success and achievement. A mindset that combines discipline, strength, confidence, and ambition is a powerful mindset. A powerful mindset can achieve anything. That's what mindset does for you. Ambition, an overwhelming drive and determination to achieve goals, targets, success, and dream bigger. Grit, the drive, stamina, fortitude to push through any challenge or obstacle until success is achieved. And these are the things that you need to have a better life. These are the things that you need to achieve your goals. So once you instill these things into yourself, then you will see the quality of your life increase and happiness increase. But don't forget, like I leave you guys at the end of every single video, make sure you like, comment something that you're grateful for, because reality is we all take shit for granted. So comment something that you're grateful for, and make sure you pray to God, because without God, we have absolutely nothing. I'm out.